What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, the broken nail guy, again. 21 years selling on eBay, 52 years breaking nails. RedoptionAgency.com, 21 years selling on eBay as dude. And feeling off again today, man. Took me a minute to pull this stuff. At first, the first 5 was like impossible. I kept missing. I'm like, okay, focus, James. Focus, focus, focus. And knocked the rest out pretty easily. I think I got everything. I think I might have missed a couple. But I got enough to get started. So we're going to get into what happened with eBay yesterday. And no topic today. We'll just, whatever comes to my head, we'll speak of. So yesterday I started, while listing, I was getting system failure. About 4 different times. There are a lot more people complaining about the picture issue now. So apparently the picture issue is a big deal now. So I'm sure they know about it by now because there's a lot of people complaining about it. Oh man, but yeah, so down from the day before, obviously. $775 though, so at least we got near my 800 low limit I like. But that didn't happen till late. I was having hour and a half, 2 hours without a sale, without anything coming through. And then I think with the there's definitely shut down overnight. Maybe that was to work on the picture thing. From 11:30 last night till 8:30 this morning, nothing. 9 hours of nothing. So usually that's an indication of a shutdown. And if all those people were complaining about pictures, it's probably what happened. So let's see here. As of this morning, I'm at $9.10 and at $63 because of that huge shutdown. So, I mean, I'm only, 40 minutes into sales for the day? So that's kind of lame. So, I did take one offer. They paid at $8.19. eBay does it again. Did get 66 items yesterday, so can't complain. Even though I was having errors yesterday, can't really complain about the end result. So this morning, and then yesterday's split was good, 60-40 split. So 27 organic sales, 39 promoted sales. So 1.3 million impressions. Same old with impressions. Even though I'm listing, 160 items a day, I'm still getting the same amount of impressions. You would think that would, kind of go up or something. But we are going into summer. So this morning, 5 items, 3 organic, 2 promoted. At least I'm still up 3.2%. But the website down indicator has been going off the rails, so not off the rails, but spiking. So there's definitely issues going on. I don't feel like I'm on that smooth server anymore. So, alrighty, what's going on in the world of YouTube? 14,225 subscribers. That was like 25 subscribers overnight. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Welcome all the newbie people. That's a pretty strong overnight for me, 25. See if we got any questions and stuff, and then we'll get into this. Oh, baby needs a binky. I'm going to use that. My sales were skyrocketing just before the managed payments went into a full effect. Oh, that's old. Then crashed and never recovered. My eBay sales were 5-1 over Etsy. Now Etsy is 12-1 over eBay. Wow. Jan's been on me. You should start listing on your Etsy. Start listing on Etsy. Start listing on Etsy. The app is very laggy. The app is, last night again, pictures stopped working for me. And it's happening around 8 p.m. my time, Central Time. So it stopped working for me. And it kept airing out more than normal. I mean, it always airs out, but yesterday it was doing errors 2 and 3 times in a row. So the listing crashing has been happening at least 2 weeks now. Photo problems, not as bad today as yesterday. Speaking of keeping your midsection strong, Brian Johnson guy who is trying to reverse aging, he's using a machine that gives your muscles the same effect as 20,000 sit-ups. I heard something about that or briefly saw something about that, but I haven't really looked into that person. I would really like to see a shipping materials video with materials used and where they are purchased and the prices. Well, you see what I use in my shipping videos. And I usually randomly tell where I get them. Best place to get shipping supplies is find a local packaging company. That's, you're going to get your cheapest there. You want your quickest service, use Uline. Because like me, I usually wait till the last minute. So getting the stuff like the next day is convenient for me. I don't mind paying that extra $200 for shipping once a month if I get my stuff super quick, because my packing company that I was using and I've used for 20 years, when it comes to boxes, it's too stressful because they wait until they get a truckload before they order. So sometimes I'm waiting a week and a half, 2 weeks before I'm getting my trucks, and I'm like, am I going to get my stuff? Am I going to get my stuff? Am I going to get my stuff? And I don't like that stress. I like knowing, getting, boom, done. I don't like not being up in the air like that, especially if I got a business to run. So I kind of just recently started steering away from them, since everything's great now with business and sales and profit. That $200 extra is worth my sanity. Plus, I only ship or order maybe once every couple months. So then I order enough to hold me over. Except this last time I just went in and ordered 500 boxes and that was it. So I'm getting low on those. So I got to go in and get my free 8x6x4 boxes from eBay. That'll hold me over probably for another month. And then I'll do another big order. So my sales have been about 30% down since October or April. I have 30,000 listings. I'm not seeing the same amount of offers available when I check the app in the morning. I can predict my entire day from the first initial statistic. Yeah, same here. If I only get 36, if I wake up and only have 36 offers to send out to people, when I wake up and have 90, so it's usually a huge difference. So I'm not sure what people mean when they say see international first. When you do a search on eBay under best match for whatever, and you see sellers coming up and they're all international first, that's the problem. And yesterday I started seeing that again on my end. So it looked like I was on maybe working servers or a working area of eBay, and now I'm kind of back on a low end, broken side, because I did see when I was listing stuff yesterday, a lot of internationals coming up first. A lot of internationals. I mean, sometimes I had to scroll down half a page just to find a US one, and then I would then click on US only when I did my searches. But I'm like going down, down, down. Finally, it takes too long, so you have to kind of weed it out with the little boxes on the side, put US only. But I did notice I'm back on seeing international first. So, and if you don't know, they are working on that, and that is causing a huge problem with slow sales. So I saw a pretty big drop in sales, went from an average of $1,200 over 7 days to $350. Talked to an eBay rep. They refunded this month's store fees and opened a ticket for me. They told me the tech side is working on it. Yeah, there's so many issues daily on this website, which still puzzles me how a company so big, whose main income is us selling on their website, yet the website is probably the worst website, worst professional website in existence. It doesn't really make any sense at all. If I was a shareholder or main shareholder in this company, I'd be aiming for that CEO today, yesterday, last week, last month, because he's clearly dropping the ball on the website, and that is their business. So yeah, if I was a shareholder, I'd be bringing up the CEO's competency. So I don't have competence because I can't even freaking say the damn word properly. But you know what I mean. I mean, it just feels like the upper echelon. That's a pretty big word for me. The upper echelon of eBay are just totally clueless on how to run the business. And like, that's just my opinion from the outside looking in when you see a crappy website that's been going on 19, 20 months of all these issues. So there's a guy on Shorts/TikToks that does shipping videos and uses a downward camera angle and a couple of other camera angles. He has some sort of automatic tape dispenser that people love to watch. That's funny. Look, I do this quick. I don't have time to edit, so I'm not setting up. If I was making $10,000 a month on YouTube, then maybe I'd put some extra effort into cameras and angles and editing, but eBay pays the bills, so I've got to concentrate on eBay 99% of the time. So these videos are just quick and one hit the button, hit the upload, and that's it. So what is the best time to schedule listings to start? I never saw a point in scheduled listings. If you have the listing in drafts, upload it. What's the point in scheduling it? There is no point. If it's there waiting, it's a missed sale. Upload it. You're wasting time. There is no consistency when it comes to daily on eBay. You do not have to list every day or a consistent amount every day in order to stay within the algorithm. No. That has to do with putting the items out there so people can buy them and buy them quick, and then that spikes your day. I've got a bunch of stuff here that I've listed yesterday and the day before, and they sold quickly. That's all that matters, is those quick flips. That's what spikes your day. It's not being consistent every day. That has nothing to do with the algorithm on eBay. I mean, I could go a week and still have the same amount of sales every day and not list all week. So it has nothing to do with the listing. It has to do with your consistency of just working the business. If you have 100 drafts and you say, I'm only going to do 50 today and 50 tomorrow, why? Do 100 today and get a huge spike if you have several sales that turn over quick. So that's the only benefit to doing it daily, is keeping your average sales if you have quick flips, quick turnovers. That's it. Other than the algorithm, has nothing to do with the algorithm. From what I understand, from what I've been told by many eBay people. That has nothing to do with the algorithm. So you're delaying income if you're sitting on drafts. James, you mentioned about finding a video niche that brings in non-resellers. What about music info series? While you pull the music, you say all things you know about the item in the band. Yeah, I kind of do on the stuff that I like. I don't go into detail, but, well, sometimes I do. Depends. That could be something. Like, do like a every item has a story type of thing. Or almost every item has a story. I mean, I've been on this planet 52 years. I'm sure I can think of something that kind of goes with everything. So maybe story time with James while shipping. Thanks for the suggestion, though, for sure. For sure. All right, let's get into this. Let's see if Stamps.com's working. Was it working last night for them? No. Those are all pirate ship. Is Stamps.com becoming the new eBay? The only way they make their money is shipping. And it's still not working. Wow. Let me see if there's anything out there about this. Contact us. Let me send them a quick email. Instead of calling them, since I got other options. If I get comfortable with Pirate Ship, I'll just freaking use Pirate Ship. Been able to, before I send this, actually, let me try something. Let me go back to, whoops, there. Let me try to re-add my store, resync my store, see if it'll do it there. Add new eBay store, communication fails. So nope, that's still not working. Let's try it here. Urban_picker. Connect. Error 404 not found. So nope. The problem is still going on. I have not been able to connect my eBay store for 3 days now. When will this be fixed? Before you submit your question, no, just freaking read my damn question. You're upsetting me. I'm telling you, you're upsetting me on site. Upsetting me on site. All right. So forget you. We'll go back to Pirate Ship. Refresh data. All right. Looks like we're stuck with Pirate Ship again today. All right. If this happens one more day, I'm going to take time to really set up Pirate Ship to work quicker for me. Or I don't have to, like, think so much. But let's get into this. This sold. See this item here, Sturgis shirt. Very cool. 2016 Harley shirt. 10 minutes after I put it up, it sold. Got an offer for $15, so I took it. If I would have waited and put this up tomorrow or scheduled to later, that person may have not saw it. And then I may just be sitting in the store for a little bit. So, kind of, you know, doesn't make sense to sit on scheduled merchandise. But my Sturgis story. I didn't go to Sturgis during like Bike Week, but when my dad was here, I asked him where did he want to go that he's always wanted to go, and he said the big rock with the faces on it. So we went to the big rock with faces on it, and he got to see Mount Rushmore. So either on the way there or on the way back, we would stop places, obviously. So stopped in Sturgis, went to the Full Throttle Saloon, bought a shirt there, and just drove around the area, the little downtownish area. So we were there, I think, like the week before. So everybody was starting to set up venues and stuff. So the vendors and stuff. So that's my Sturgis story. Reminds me of that one guy with me on YouTube. Story time with whatever his name is. And you walk up behind people and start telling a story that they're involved in. Story time with James. Alrighty. Do I have a US poly bag? Alright. Yes. T-shirt US. 7.8. Story time. Yeah, it says 15 bucks. It was going to Portland, Oregon. So probably overseas. I didn't pull that. Marshall Tucker cassette tape with the vintage plastic slip cover. Sold for $11. So I'll have to pull that. It's upstairs. So I'll get that later. All right. Let me go to this to see this. See, using pirate ships since they don't have the pictures. When I have them, are you ready for a CD lot? I'll have to go back to eBay to make sure I get the right CDs in this lot. And that's not very convenient. So those are kind of the reasons why I enjoy stamps.com, because they're set up for quickness. If you want to ship quick, they are definitely set up for the quickness. All right. Oh, 3 hits and a miss. See? Reader's Digest, Stardust, Stockings by the Fire, Stockings by the Fire, Mediterranean Nights, Most Fabulous Christmas Album Ever, Stay Awake, and Let's Twist Her, Bill Buckley. Okay. Boom. So we got 7 CDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 CDs that sold for $33. Bill Buckley. Stay Away from Vintage Disney Films. Most Fabulous Christmas Album Ever. Mediterranean Nights. Stockings by the Fire. Reader's Digest. And 3 hits and a miss. Alright. Let's make sure all these look good. Since Jan was home yesterday, I I never get all my items listed when she's home for some reason. So it's a good thing she don't work for the business because it's probably slow me down somehow. But anyway, she ended up going over to the bins. She wanted to go to the bins at 3. I'm like, well, we've been selling enough and had some great sales days. Go ahead. So she went to the bins. I haven't even looked at the stuff she's picked up yet. So do not cut off on me. How dareth you? So you want to start a war? What are you, a politician? All right. And it's going to Denver, Colorado. See, I'm just not. See, with stamps.com, I don't have to have a measurement for media mail stuff. Because it doesn't matter. It's all about the weight, not about the size and the shape. Qualifies as media mail. Boom. So yeah, stamps.com is definitely a whole lot to quicker. The best thing to do when you're starting a business like, say, Pirate Ship, what they should have done was use stamps.com to mail stuff and pull the best things from other companies to create your best item or your best service or whatever. That's what you should always do. Like if you're getting into, say, selling something new I'm doing, but I kind of already done the research, starting cards. And you're wondering, well, how do I ship cards? Well, nowadays, obviously, there's YouTube you can look at and see how people are doing it. But another way is look for like the biggest card seller out there and then order one from them and see how they do it. See how professional or not professional there's the way they do it, and copy it or take notes from it and do kind of, parts of what they do, all of what they do. Always scout out your competition, see how they're doing it, and try to improve upon it. Pirate Ship definitely didn't subscribe to any other shipping platform and try to improve on it when they built it. It looks like it's just purely built from scratch. Because it's just a big old mess. All right, next up, another lot. A lot of 6 CDs. Elvis Costello. Boom. For the Love of Rock and Roll. Boom. And where you at? This Monk. I always forget how to pronounce the first name. Thelonious. I always forget. And Earl. Clue. The best stuff. And we've got Kenny. And Sounds of the 70s. Dance Party Boogie Nights. So 6 CDs, $20. So it's good to see some of my cheaper stuff moving. Oop, that one needs resurfaced. McKay books. I like going to McKay. I always try to stop there when I go down like the Smoky Mountains and stuff. That one I need to go on top. I can resurface it. Don't seal it, James. Don't seal it. Don't seal it. Headed to Hollywood, California. Well, that's a very interesting name. Don't ask me to pronounce it. Good Lord. Montrevious-Suat? Something of that nature. Okay. Let's do this again. And that was close enough. I'll overshoot it. 153. Qualifies as media. There. All right, next up. Thank you for the opportunity to buy these Sperry's. No problem. Just put up a couple of days ago. We got a pair of Sperry's. Headed to Mount Eden, Kentucky, and sold for $12.50. Do I got a Sperry story? No, I don't. Not really. Adrian always wanted Sperry, so we bought some for some Christmas present one time, I think. That's about the only Sperry story I have. I grab him whenever I see him at the bins. Alrighty, we've got an item that was just put up not too long ago, a few days ago, and that needs cleaned up. Rayman Legends for the PS3, water damaged cover. Case is not the best. Headed to San Diego, California, sold for $7. Don't close. All right. Zero by 3. That's another thing. It's hard to talk when I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing, since I don't have this down like that yet, or I don't have to think about it. You go there. Next up, we've got Led Zeppelin in the snap cases. So if you see the snap case, those are always collectible items. Headed to Bridgeport, Connecticut, sold for $14. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, so cassette media qualifies as media. Boom. So I'm kind of liking the way I got my shipping set up to do when it comes to, or listing, I should say, not shipping, listing. Because I keep a notebook in front of me. And so what I did was I would see what I sold per day for the last 30 days and then times it by 3. So 3 times in my listing. daily sold. On hats, CDs, cassettes, shoes. Hats, CDs, cassettes, shoes. T-shirts. And then I also have an other that I just picked a random number to list 160 per day. So on hats, I list 45 hats per day, 30 CDs per day, 30 cassettes per day, 9 shoes per day, no, 6 shoes per day, 9 T-shirts. And then I have 40 others, and I do 20 clothes related, 20 hard goods, or if I have to, like some kind of media, if I have to, like, she said she got a bunch of 8-tracks yesterday, so maybe for my 20 other today, I'll do 28 tracks. So, but it keeps me kind of focused, and then I kind of just keep a tally, and then when I reach the goal for the day, I put a big old check by it, like, yay, James, you get a gold star, ding. But yesterday I'm behind. I think today I gotta get caught up on, I think I need 8 clothing others, 7 others. I got the T-shirts, I got the shoes, I got the hats. The CDs, I think I need about 11 CDs. And cassettes, I probably need about 10 cassettes. So a little bit behind today, but shouldn't be no problem. All right, next up we've got Casper Baby Pants Rise and Shine CD. Headed to Frisco, Texas. Sold for $7. And what I do on flimsy stuff like that is I'll grab like a CD tray, something sturdy, and affix it to it so it doesn't get broken in shipping. Boom. Biggity boom. Da-da-bow, CD media mail. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I do this, but it feels good. I'll do things like this. Have these 2 fingers just like flop loosely. I like the way that feels for some reason. And so when you see me always sitting here doing that, it's just like kind of a cool feeling. That's why I do it. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of when you were younger and you try to make your pencil look flimsy by doing it like that or whatever. All right, we've got a blank Maxell XL290. Headed to Columbus, Michigan. Sold for $8. And if you're new to my video, that does not include the shipping I do charge for my items. So that cannot go media mail because it is a blank audio tape. So cassette, boom, unclick the media. I didn't go out bike riding again yesterday, so at about 9 o'clock, I decided to go for like a little power walk / jog. I'm going to push my back as far as I can this summer until it starts bothering me. So I'm going just power walking, and then when I'm starting to go uphill, I'll do a light jog up the hill so I can get the best benefit out of my jogging. Might as well do it going up a hill as opposed to down a hill. What's the point in that, right? Especially if I've got a limited run with my back, limited time to use it before it starts aggravating me. But as I'm out, there's this like golden, wasn't a retriever, but like a golden, almost like a golden lab dog mix probably. And I saw it, and it looked so scared and timid and frightened. I'm like, aw. So I got down, started petting it. So I'm waiting, and it's nighttime, so it's dark. And so I started to get on my phone to look on Facebook to see if anybody was missing a dog, because they had no collar or anything. And somebody pulled up 2 houses up. So I started walking, the dog was following. And I asked him if he recognized the dog, and he's like, kind of looks like my neighbor's dog. It can't be my neighbor's. That kind of looks like my, that can't be my neighbor's dog. And then, I think that is my neighbor's dog. So I went and knocked on the front door. Lights were out, so nobody answered. Like, I really think that. So then the dog started, he had let his dog out. So they started kind of running together. So the dog was excited all of a sudden. So they jetted back in the back between his neighbor's house and his house. And it looked like the dog belonged there. I'm like, okay. So we walked back there, and the gate was open. So I didn't have to worry about the dog. So I thought I was going to have to bring him home and find his owner. But thankfully, I waited there long enough for that guy to pull up. Because I couldn't have just left the puppy there. I would have been worried about it. Damn conscience. I hate that conscience. We've got a Ducks Unlimited youth hat. Headed to Providence, Rhode Island. Sold for $10.50. Stupid conscience. Always trying to make me do nice things. Makes you wonder, like a lot of kids nowadays and then when you watch like even the first 48, how people can just shoot and kill other people and it not affect them in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. Not only were those kids not raised probably properly in a caring, loving environment, but what's wrong up here? Was it because of not being raised in a loving, caring environment, or is just something wired differently, when it comes to survival? I mean, I grew up in that survival environment, but my mind never deviated from having a conscience, So I don't know. I do not know, and I am not a psychiatrist or anything, so. It's just cold-blooded, man. Cold-blooded. Like, you see that, I saw that video of all them people beating that girl. I mean, first off, what guy beats a girl? Second off, you got a mob of guys and girls kicking and beating this girl. I mean, who does that? Who allows that to happen? I mean, that's just sickening. Like, what the hell is wrong with people? I saw that situation. I go, man, I should go out and get me an AK-47 and carry it around. Can I legally carry an AK-47? Start beating me, I'm going to come up and I'm just going to take them all out. Won't have a conscience about that if I'm being kicked and beaten. Well, I'd have a conscience, actually, if I accidentally hit somebody who wasn't trying to hurt me. So, yeah, technically, I still would have a conscience about it. But, man, it's just crazy. That's why that's why I stay away from St. Louis City. I mean, I was born there, raised there. I know what it's like if you walk down the wrong way at the wrong time, I stay in peaceful area, and I don't go back. Because I'm not putting myself in a vulnerable position, Even if you see some of my driving videos, 9 times out of 10, I will not pull up close to the car at a stop sign or a stoplight. So I make sure I got room to get the hell out of there if something goes down. I'm always like in defense mode or whatever, you know, waiting. If something happens, I've got a way out. When I sit in restaurants, I sit with my back towards something, to a wall, where I can see all the openings. I'm always in that frame of mind because I was born and raised into it, that you've got to watch your back at all times. So it's just, it kind of like, I don't even pay attention to it anymore. It's just natural instinct to put myself in situations that I know I can get out of quickly. Okay. Now, I just did a Providence, Rhode Island. And it's the same person. Bummer. That's another thing with pirate ship. It's harder to tell if you have buyer with multiple orders. I mean, it can be done. I'm doing it right now, but it's not as quick. Okay, so let's go back to that. Okay, so headed to Baltimore, sold for $10.50. But yeah. Always make sure my back is covered. And always carry a ball bat in your car with a ball and a glove, just in case you get stopped by the cops and they ask why the ball bat's there. Then it doesn't look as suspicious if you have a ball and glove there also. Actually, I've got things hidden. Like, I don't have a gun. There's a gun in the house. Adrian has a carry and stuff. So there's a gun in the house. But I personally have weapons, like, all over the place in this house. So if somebody come at any certain time, I have someplace to go to grab something. You know? So if anything ever happened. And I prefer the fisticuffs, you know. If somebody's going to hurt me or take from me or whatever, I don't want to just shoot you. I want to hurt you, you know. I'm going to make you regret it. I don't want to take your life. I want you to regret it so you won't do it to anybody else. That's kind of my mentality. Like, I don't want to take a life because somebody could be just making a mistake, but I'm going to make an example where hopefully it sets in their mind that they won't do it to anybody else, type of thing. What does that mean? I don't want to kill you, but I have no problem taking off one of your legs. Because if you only got one leg, there's a good chance you ain't going to be trying to rob anybody else because you can't run away. I don't think that makes me mean. Not if it's being done to a mean person who's trying to take something from me. You try to take from me, I'm going to take from you. Only I'm going to take it up a notch. If you attack my peaceful serenity. All right, for next up, we got country politician hits. God, I hate this English language. Country politan hits. Vinyl record. Headed to Texas and sold for $7. And when I watched the first 48, like I've always had a term for people who just do wrong to other people, right? And that's trash clowns. Trash clowns. Can't just call him a clown because I have nothing against clowns. They're trash clowns. All right, do I got an LP? That is not. Nope, not for US. So 12, 12, 1, 0, 15.3, media mail, trash clowns. But yeah, I've got machetes around the house. And this is all stuff I've gotten over the years. My dad actually made a machete at work one time and brought it home, put a wooden handle on it, and it's just a big old piece of metal that he shaped into like a almost like a sword, right? So it's like a machete-sized sword, and so that's cool. So I still got that. That's in a spot. I have random ball bats around the house. I got another machete. I've got this cool piece that I've never been able to use, obviously, but it's like that medieval stuff. It's a metal handle with a chain with a spike ball on it. And you just, bam. Like, I'm not a violent person, but I'm going to fight to the death if somebody comes at me. That's the type of person I am. Like, if I can't escape and talk my way back out of it, you hit me, I'm hitting you back. I won't swing first, but I will make sure that I swing last or die trying. So, next up, Genesis Sonic Knuckles manual for the Genesis. That sold for $14, headed to Hemet, California. Yeah, I have no respect for people who try to take things from others. I have no respect for people who try to ruin the innocence of animals, and I have no respect for people who try to ruin the innocence of children. Those are my 3 no-nos in life. If any of those are happening, I'm interjecting myself somehow, some way to try to stop it from happening. When it's like in front of me, per se. Bass Cat International Invitational, 1994. Hat sold for $10.50, headed to Harrison, Arkansas. I wonder if I've made any money since. Well, we were at $63. We're at 10 o'clock now. I like to be at 150 to 250. Let's see how far off I am, because I haven't really noticed any pop-ups. So is it 63.80? So $64. 158. So $100. So not quite to the low end. I still think offers are off. Something's still wrong with offers, because I'll still go many hours without offers coming in. Hatbox USA. I forgot to take my medicine this morning. My sinus headache started bothering me. Thankfully, it didn't start bothering me till about an hour before I got up. So, and I did all my sprays and stuff last night. So. But I guess going out last night and exercising. I only did 2.5 miles yesterday to get started, since it was my first time really doing anything like that in many years. And I'm hoping that since I built up my midsection, that it takes a lot of the impact from my jogging instead of going up my spine. So, and then I've got my stretches I do before and afterwards, where I get on like all fours and do the one arm out, one leg out type of thing. That's the best for the lower back stretches that work for me, at least. The best I've found. Got that from a chiropractor. How the West Was Won, vintage VHS tape. Disney headed to California, sold for $333. The CD medium mail, but we'll change the details. We'll do 10 by 13, do 15.5. You know what? I've noticed no international shipping yet. And that kind of will play into the fact that it was shut down for 9 hours, so. But a lot of this was yesterday's stuff, yesterday evening stuff. Is there any international? No. One, Malta. But that looks like just recently. Recent sale. Going to Malta. But other than that, nothing. So. The red flags. The red flags are back. Yes, yes. But we're not going to worry about it because we know there are issues. We know they're working on them. And I have a system to list every day. So that's what I concentrate on. And it's working for me, so that might work for you guys too. If you don't have a set system, sometimes just saying I'm going to list X amount per day is just not good enough because it's so broad. At least with me, I'm like, what do I feel like today? I'm like, maybe some media. I don't know. And then I waste too much time thinking, what should I do? Now that I set down that I've got to do this amount of this amount of that, I'm more focused. And with my head always everywhere, it gives me something to focus in on. So it works really well for me. So it might be something to try if you have that same issue. KT Oslin, come next Monday, 45. My stomach is growling. I only ate one yesterday. What kind of stinks is when you start working out, like I gain more weight than I lose at the beginning. And I don't know if that's because I'm building muscle, I guess, too. And then my body's probably retaining water since I'm not drinking as much. I still don't drink as much water as I should. So I got on the scale last night. I was like 196. I'm like, what? 196? I've never been 196. What am I doing at 196? But, like, no. I only ate once yesterday, so let's see. But I did have a couple of pieces of cookie cake, a cupcake. But that was all the sweets. I did have popcorn. Let me get a mailer for this. So still putting too much in my mouth. Today I've been trying to change my mindset on the eating part with like how many times I open my mouth per day. So I'm like trying, when it comes to putting stuff into my mouth. So I'm trying to think like that, like limit yourself to the input. So I'm trying that new strategy in my head to see if I can relate and click onto that or not. Do I just love experimenting with everything? Good Lord, James. Just freaking do it. But no, I've got to try to come up with a routine or something that... because I know I don't stick to stuff if I don't. So this is headed to Arkansas, sold for $333. So it's like I have to come up with some method that works smoothly. Okay, 6x6x1, 0, 3, 8, media mail. Alright. My stomach though is just talking to me. I got everything that needs to go out yet? Probably not. Nope. Still have several. Still got many. All right. I've been talking too much. Talk too much. Let's get this stuff done. All right, Redman. So I sold 2 of these yesterday. Somebody came in and bought the last 2. I sold 1 yesterday. So somebody came in and bought 2 for me. Okay, so Redman cassette single. Headed to Bell Gardens, California. Sold for $18.18. So New York Giants camouflage cap. Put this up a few days ago. Headed to Deer Park, Washington. Sold for $11.33. Yeah, $11.33. That's an odd number. New York Giants. That's the one good thing about the Blues not making the playoffs. At least I've got 3 hours every other day that I don't have to sit around, or because in the playoffs I sit down and watch TV. So I make sure I sit down and watch the games because I get more into it. So I got more time to list and exercise. Next up, Salvations. Salvation established 33 AD. Yeah. And headed to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Sold for $10.49. Works for me. Oh, you're so slow. This is what slows me down too. Not just the talking. Daggone Parship. Daggone. What's the history of that word? Daggone. Alrighty, we got Ray Conniff, 8-track. Headed to St. Gabriel, Louisiana. Sold for $3. Put that under CD media mail. 1.3. actually look forward to listing now that I have those detailed goals. Like I found myself falling asleep last night going, can't wait to get on those goals tomorrow. It's weird. And it's been on my head all morning. Like, I get to make up for yesterday and then get today's done. Wonder if I can get ahead and do a little bit of tomorrow's on top of it. So it's weird. It motivates me. So you gotta figure out what motivates you and come up with a system that works, you know? And when you find that sweet spot, you just go, and you're like, you get stuff done. Webb Pierce cassette headed to Kennett, Missouri, sold for $333. Everybody works differently. Everybody's environment's different. So that's why I'm always sharing with you all the little weird things that I try to do or change or try, and just when you find something that works for you, you get stuff done. Especially if you're a scatterbrain like me. And some people have said ADHD or whatever. I don't see it as that because I'm a creative person. So I'm always trying to create things in my head. I mean, just about anything. I mean, just sitting here, I'm thinking, how can I utilize space better? And I'm thinking, like, my brain's always processing like 50 different creative things at one time. Like, what next piece am I going to find for my bike, you know, to build it? And it's everything, like all at the same time is processing in my head. So it's very hard to like focus in on one thing. And then you have other stuff in there too, like Vern, how is he doing? Okay, I don't hear him running upstairs, so he's laying down at least, so that's good. You know, his thing's getting bigger, so take him out more often, play with him more often. So just, you know, not just everything's always just constantly running in my head. So very hard to focus it down. All right, we've got, are you ready for a hat lot? Yeah. We've got this one. So we got 4 hats. We've got the real tree. We've got the Jackson Hole. And Stubco Chemical. So 4 hats sold for $34. See if I can get them all in the 8x6x4. This one's going to cause a little problems because it's a little bit bigger when it comes to adding hats to that. So I have to get the 10x8x4 out. Nope. We made it work. Nice and snug as a bug in a rug. Hey, Sylvester. Snug as a bug in a rug. Snug as a bug in a rug. Put a little extra tape on that to seal the deal. Boom. Yay. Alright, I got 1, 2, 3 more items I must get out. And then the one I gotta go get. Hat box. Oh, my head. Gotta go do my Flonase, my Sudafed, my mucus relief. I take so much freaking sinus meds every day, and it still don't always work. And then the other spray, whatever it is, I don't even know what it's called. Some days I'll try the Aleve, and then I'll try other. That's another thing I'm always trying different variations of to try to something that works, but I've tried them all, and nothing freaking seems to work properly, or all the time, I should say, efficiently. I would just like at one time to get my sinuses under control so my ears would stop ringing. They've been ringing for 10 plus years now because of sinus pressure. Now I can tell is when I go to get a Q-tip and on a bad day when they're ringing really loud, my ears will be swollen and I can't really get the Q-tip in there. So that's one thing I know happens. So and I've done the whole neti pot stuff and all that stuff. I actually have the squeeze bottle where it just shoots up in there and just pushes everything else out. Got a Bass Pro hat. Headed to Cedar Bluff, Alabama. Sold for $10.50. Then have the breathing thing that does it's a chemical with hot air, and you breathe all that in, and it sometimes loosens things up for me. I'll sometimes do that while I'm sitting in like a hot bath. I just wish I didn't have to click so many times to print out a freaking label. And next up, we've got Sleater-Kinney CD, self-titled. Could use a little resurfacing. Somerville, Massachusetts, sold for $8. I could create a song while I'm sitting here printing. It takes so long to print. Do a little beatboxing. James style. Carpenter's CD. Disc 1 of a 2 CD set. Sherman, Texas, sold for $333. $333. $333. $333. I've learned my classical music from Bugs Bunny. That's all I know. Cartoons. Medium mayo, medium mayo, get some medium mayo, medium mayo, medium mayo. All right, I think everything that needs to be. Oh, I can finally get to the post office. Let's see if I made any more money. All right, so we were at $100.58. At 10 o'clock, it's now 10:22. $128. So still not on my low end where I like to be at 10 o'clock, but at least we're climbing. So, all right. That is all. Do the end of day print up. 21 as of last night, but I don't. He did not do last night, so I gotta do last night's too. Like with stamps, you have to do them before like 10 p.m. or it erases them for the day. Or maybe it's 11. I don't know. It's a weird time. So if you don't have a printout done, you don't get one. But with stamps, that's the one great thing about stamps. It saves them from each day. I could go back and print them for all week if I wanted to. So that's 24. So print yesterday's. Boom. All right, that is all today, or at least for now. And going to ship, or list, I should say. But, I've been debating on trying to maybe doing a live, like with no interaction with you guys, just you guys want to work alongside me type of thing, where I'm not paying attention. But I just haven't done it yet. Been thinking about it, starting. I'm like, why aren't you doing it, James? I'm like, I don't know. Why am I doing it? Anyway, that may come back. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Later.